crashed my wedding and told everyone I was sleeping with him. My fiancé believed him, walked out, and left me at the altar before I could even speak. Stop the wedding! I turned, along with all 200 of my wedding guests. It was Caleb, my ex. The man I'd broken up with 8 months ago because he couldn't hold a job and spent more time at bars than with me. The music stopped and it instantly became silent. "She's been sleeping with me," Caleb shouted, pointing at me. "The whole time you two have been together. She comes to my place twice a week. Tell them, Vanessa. Tell them the truth." My father's arm went rigid under my hand. The guests erupted into whispers. I saw phones come out, cameras turning toward me. "That's insane," I said, but my voice came out thin, swallowed by the noise. "Liam, he's lying." Liam stared at me from the altar. His face had gone pale. He didn't move. "I have texts," Caleb said, louder now, walking down the center aisle like he owned it. "I have photos. She told me she was only marrying you for the money, man. She doesn't love you." "Liam!" I tried to step forward, but my father held me back, his grip tight, confused. My maid of honor, Becca, rushed toward Caleb. "You need to leave right now!" He ignored her, stopping halfway down the aisle. "Show them your phone, Vanessa. Show them the messages you sent me last night." I hadn't texted him in months. I'd blocked his number after he kept calling me drunk, begging me to come back. "I didn't send you anything," I said. My hands were shaking so hard I nearly dropped my bouquet. "Liam, please, this is crazy." But Liam had already turned away. He said something to the officiant, then walked off the platform and disappeared through the side exit into the venue's main building. The whispers turned into full conversations. My mother stood up from the front row, her face twisted in shock. My bridesmaids clustered together, staring at me like I'd grown a second head. "Liam, wait!" I hiked up my dress and ran after him, my heels catching on the grass. My father called my name, but I didn't stop. I found Liam in the hallway outside the bridal suite, his back to me, one hand braced against the wall. "It's not true," I said. "None of it. I haven't seen Caleb since we broke up. He's lying because he's jealous." Liam didn't turn around. "He knew things, Vanessa. He knew we had a fight last week. He knew you went to your sister's on Tuesday. He could have gotten that from social media, from anyone. Liam, look at me." He finally turned, his eyes were red. "I need time." "Time? Our wedding is happening right now." "I can't do this," he said. "Not like this. Not with everyone watching and wondering if it's true." He walked past me back toward the parking lot. I stood there in my white dress, alone in the hallway, while outside the guests started gathering their things and leaving. I walked back to the pavilion. Half the chairs were already empty. My bridesmaids stood in a huddle near the gift table, whispering. When they saw me, they went quiet. "Where's Liam?" Becca asked. "He left." She opened her mouth, closed it, then looked at the others. Nobody said anything. My mother appeared from the side entrance, her face tight. "Vanessa, what is going on?" Caleb made it up, all of it. "Then why did Liam leave?" "Because he believed him." She pressed her lips together. "People are asking questions. Your aunt posted something on Facebook already. We need to make a statement." "A statement? To explain what happened?" "I don't know what happened. My ex showed up and lied, and now my wedding is over." My father joined us. His tie loosened. "The venue coordinator wants to know if we're proceeding. We have the space for another 2 hours." "There's no groom," I said. He nodded slowly. "I'll tell them to start packing up." Guests filtered past us toward the parking lot. Some avoided eye contact. Others stared. Mrs. Holloway, Liam's aunt, stopped in front of me. "I always thought you two moved too fast," she said. Then she walked away. My phone buzzed. I pulled it from the hidden pocket in my dress. 17 new messages. I opened the first one. "Is it true? My cousin Diane. Call me ASAP. My college roommate. I saw the video someone posted. Are you okay? My coworker Jenna. Video." I opened Instagram. Someone had already uploaded a clip of Caleb shouting in the aisle, my face frozen in shock behind him. The caption read, "Wedding drama you won't believe." It had 400 views. I tried calling Liam. It went straight to voicemail. I tried again. Same thing. Becca touched my shoulder. "Do you want us to stay?" "I don't know. We can help clean up." "There's nothing to clean up. It's over." She hesitated, then hugged me. The other bridesmaids followed one by one, their arms tight and their voices soft with things they didn't know how to say. Then they left too. I sat down in the front row, still in my dress. The florist was already dismantling the arch. The caterers wheeled trays back toward the kitchen. My father talked to the coordinator near the entrance, his hands gesturing, his voice low. My phone buzzed again. I looked down. "I'm still here if you need to talk, Caleb." I stared at the message, then I blocked him. Another buzz, a different number. "I know you're upset, but we can work through this. I still love you." I blocked that one too. A third number. "You can't ignore me forever." I turned my phone off and shoved it back in my pocket. My mother sat down beside me. "The photographer wants to know if we're keeping the album package." "I don't care. Vanessa, I don't care about the album. I don't care about the flowers. I don't care about any of it." She didn't say anything for a long time. Then she put her hand over mine. "We'll figure this out," she said. I pulled my hand away. "There's nothing to figure out. Liam's gone. He'll come around once he calms down. He thinks I cheated on him. Then we'll prove you didn't." "How?" "Caleb said he has texts. He said he has photos. Even if they're fake, people already believe him." She stood up. "I'm going to talk to him." "Who?" "Caleb, he's still outside." "Don't." But she was already walking toward the exit. I sat there alone, watching the venue staff fold chairs and roll up the aisle runner. The wisteria swayed in the breeze. The sun was still shining. Everything looked exactly the same as it had an hour ago, except now it was all being taken apart. My father came back. "The coordinator says we can use the bridal suite for another hour if you want to change." I nodded. He helped me stand. My dress felt heavier now, the train dragging behind me as we walked back inside. He left me at the door. The bridal suite was exactly how I'd left it. Makeup scattered across the vanity. My street clothes folded on the couch. The champagne bottle my bridesmaids had opened still sitting in the ice bucket, half empty. I sat down in front of the mirror. My hair was still perfect. My makeup hadn't smudged. I looked exactly like a bride. I started pulling out the pins. My hands shook so badly I dropped 3 of them on the floor. I left them there. Someone knocked. I didn't answer. The door opened anyway. My mother stepped inside. "He's gone," she said. "Who?" "Caleb. I told him to leave or I'd call the police." "What did he say?" She hesitated. "He said you'd come back to him once you realized Liam wasn't worth it." I laughed. It came out sharp and bitter. "He's out of his mind." "I know. Liam won't even talk to me." "Give him time." "Everyone keeps saying that. Time for what? Time to decide I'm a liar?" She sat down beside me. "He loves you. He'll see the truth." "When? After everyone we know has already made up their minds?" My phone buzzed in my pocket. I'd forgotten I turned it off. I pulled it out. 23 new messages. I didn't open any of them. I need to get out of this dress, I said. My mother nodded and stood. I'll wait outside. I unzipped the back and let it fall to the floor. I stepped out of it and left it there in a heap of white silk and lace. I pulled on my jeans and t-shirt, shoved my feet into my sneakers. When I came out, my father was waiting in the hallway with my mother. We're taking you home, he said. I can drive. No, you can't. I didn't argue. We walked through the venue and out to the parking lot. A few guests were still lingering near their cars, talking in low voices. They stopped when they saw me. I got in the back seat of my parents' car and stared out the window as we pulled away. My phone buzzed again. I turned it off completely this time and closed my eyes. I woke up on my parents' couch the next morning still wearing yesterday's clothes. My phone sat on the coffee table where I'd left it, still powered off. I didn't turn it on. My mother was in the kitchen making coffee. She didn't ask how I slept. Your father called the venue, she said. They're refunding half the deposit. Okay. And I canceled the honeymoon reservations. I nodded. The honeymoon. We were supposed to fly to Greece tomorrow. She set a mug in front of me. You should eat something. I'm not hungry. Vanessa, I'm not. She sat down across from me. Have you talked to Liam? He won't answer. Maybe try again. I picked up my phone and turned it on. It took a full minute to load. When it did, the notifications flooded in. 63 messages, 42 missed calls. I scrolled through them. Most were from people I barely knew. Friends of friends, distant relatives. Everyone wanted details. 3 were from Caleb, all from different numbers. I know you're mad, but we need to talk. You can't hide forever. I'm here when you're ready to be honest with yourself. I deleted them without responding. One was from Liam, sent at 2 in the morning. I don't know what to believe anymore. I called him. It rang 4 times, then went to voicemail. Liam, please call me back. We need to talk. I love you. I hung up and stared at the phone, waiting for it to ring. It didn't. My mother reached across the table. Give him space. Everyone keeps saying that. Because it's true. Space to what? Decide I'm a cheater? She didn't answer. I opened Instagram. The video from yesterday had 2,000 views now. The comments were worse than I'd imagined. She looked so guilty. Poor guy dodged a bullet. I knew something was off about her. Someone had tagged me. I clicked through to another post. A screenshot of a text conversation. The contact name at the top said Vanessa. The messages were explicit, talking about meeting up, about keeping things secret. I'd never sent those texts. I didn't even recognize the number. He faked them, I said. My mother looked over my shoulder. Her face went pale. That's not your number. I know. So how? I don't know, but people think it's real. She took the phone from my hands and set it face down on the table. Don't read the comments. Everyone already thinks I did it. Not everyone. Liam does. She didn't argue. My father came downstairs already dressed for the day. I'm going to the office for a few hours. Do you need anything? I shook my head. After he left, I went upstairs to my old bedroom. It looked exactly like it had when I moved out 3 years ago. Same floral bedspread. Same posters on the walls. I sat on the edge of the bed and stared at my phone. Another message from Caleb, this time from an email address. I saw what people are saying online. I didn't mean for it to go this far. We should meet and figure this out together. I still care about you. I blocked the email. 2 minutes later, another one came through from a different address. You can't keep ignoring me. We have history. That means something. I turned my phone off again and threw it across the room. It hit the wall and clattered to the floor. My mother appeared in the doorway. What happened? He won't stop. Caleb. He keeps messaging me from different numbers, different emails. He's acting like we're supposed to get back together now. She picked up my phone and checked the screen. It hadn't cracked. I'm calling the police. And tell them what? That my ex is texting me? That he's harassing you? They won't do anything. We have to try. She left with my phone. I heard her talking downstairs, her voice sharp and insistent. When she came back up 20 minutes later, her face was tight. They said to document everything and call back if he shows up in person. So nothing. They said it's not enough for a restraining order yet. I lay back on the bed and stared at the ceiling. The glow-in-the-dark stars I'd stuck up there in middle school were still there, faded and peeling at the edges. My phone buzzed. My mother had brought it back up. I looked at the screen. Liam? I answered before it could ring twice. Hello? Silence. Liam? I'm here. His voice sounded hollow. Can we talk in person? I don't think that's a good idea. Please, I need you to hear me. He was quiet for a long time. My mom thinks I should call off the engagement officially. What? She says even if you didn't cheat, the fact that your ex would do this means there's unresolved history. That's insane. I haven't talked to Caleb in months. Then why did he know things about us? About our fight last week? I don't know. Maybe he's been watching my social media. Maybe someone told him. Liam, he's lying. Everyone keeps saying that, but he had texts. He had details. Fake texts. Anyone can fake texts. They looked real because he wanted them to look real. He's trying to break us up. Liam exhaled slowly. I saw you in that hallway yesterday. You looked terrified because my wedding was falling apart or because you got caught. The words hit like a slap. You really think that? I don't know what to think. You think I'd cheat on you after everything we've been through? I think people lie. I think people hide things. I'm not hiding anything. Then why won't he leave you alone? Because he's obsessed. Because he can't handle that I moved on. Liam didn't say anything. Do you love me? I asked. That's not the point. Yes, it is. Do you love me? Vanessa, answer the question. I don't know anymore. I closed my eyes. Okay, I need time to think. You keep saying that because I mean it. How much time? I don't know. Days? Weeks? I don't know. I wanted to scream. I wanted to throw the phone again. Instead, I said, fine, take your time. I hung up before he could respond. My mother was standing in the doorway again. What did he say? He doesn't know if he loves me anymore. She came over and sat beside me. He's scared. So am I. He'll come around. Stop saying that. She put her arm around my shoulders. I let her. My phone buzzed again. I looked down, expecting Liam. It was Becca. People are talking. Someone said Caleb has more proof. Is that true? I typed back. There is no proof. He made it all up. Then why is he so confident? Because he's delusional. 3 dots appeared, then disappeared, then appeared again. I believe you. But people are asking me questions and I don't know what to say. Tell them the truth. I am, but they keep saying there's no smoke without fire. I threw my phone on the bed. Everyone thinks I did it. My mother squeezed my shoulder. The truth will come out. When? Soon. That's not good enough. I stood up and paced the room. My chest felt tight, my breathing shallow. I forced myself to slow down, to focus on something else. My phone buzzed again. Another message from Caleb. I heard Liam's having doubts. I'm sorry it had to be this way, but maybe it's it's for the best. You and me, we make sense. We always did. Call me when you're ready to stop pretending. I screamed. Actually screamed loud enough that my mother jumped. What? I showed her the message. She took the phone and read it, her jaw tightening. He's sick. He's winning. No, he's not. Liam doesn't believe me. My friends don't believe me. Everyone thinks I'm a liar. Then we prove them wrong. How? She didn't answer. I sat back down on the bed, my head in my hands. My wedding dress was still at the venue. My honeymoon was canceled. My fiancé wouldn't talk to me. And my ex was sending me love letters like he'd done me a favor. My phone buzzed one more time. I almost didn't look. It was from a number I didn't recognize. This is Liam's brother. We need to talk. Meet me at Riverside Coffee tomorrow at noon. Come alone. I stared at the message. Liam's brother, Owen. We'd only met twice. He lived 2 hours away and barely kept in touch with the family. I showed my mother. Don't go, she said immediately. Why not? It could be a setup. From Owen? From anyone. You don't know who sent that. It's a public coffee shop. Vanessa, I have to try something. Sitting here isn't working. She looked at me for a long time, then sighed. I'm coming with you. He said, come alone. I'll wait in the car. I didn't argue. I didn't sleep that night. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw Caleb standing in that aisle, pointing at me, his voice echoing through the pavilion. The next morning, my mother drove me to Riverside Coffee. She parked across the street and turned off the engine. I'll be right here, she said. I nodded and got out. The coffee shop was half empty. Owen sat at a corner table, his hands wrapped around a mug. He looked up when I walked in. Thanks for coming, he said. I sat down across from him. What do you want? To help. Help how? He pulled out his phone and set it on the table between us. Liam's been getting messages from accounts he doesn't recognize. They're sending him screenshots of texts between you and Caleb. I never sent those texts. I know. I stared at him. You believe me? I looked at the metadata. The screenshots are edited. Badly. Whoever made them didn't know what they were doing. Can you prove that to Liam? I tried. He won't listen. He thinks I'm taking your side because I don't like our mom. What does your mom have to do with this? Owen leaned back. She never liked you. She thought Liam was settling. When Caleb showed up at the wedding, she saw it as confirmation. That's insane. That's my mother. I picked up his phone and scrolled through the screenshots. The texts were explicit, talking about meeting up, about lying to Liam. The contact name said Vanessa, but the number wasn't mine. These are fake, I said. I know, but Liam doesn't, and more keep coming. Someone's sending them from different accounts every few hours. It's Caleb, probably, but we need proof. I handed the phone back. How do we get it? I'm working on it. In the meantime, you need to stay away from him. Don't respond to anything. Don't engage. I haven't. Good. Keep it that way. He stood up. I'll call you if I find anything. Owen. He stopped. Thank you. He nodded and left. I sat there for another minute, staring at my own phone. 3 new messages had come in while I was talking to Owen, all from numbers I didn't recognize. Liam's done with you. Stop trying. You should have just admitted it. Now everyone knows what you are. He's better off without a liar. I deleted them and walked back to the car. What did he say? My mother asked. That someone's sending Liam fake screenshots. That they're trying to make it look like I've been texting Caleb. Can he prove they're fake? He's trying. She started the car. Where to? Home. I need to figure out what to do next. My phone rang before we made it out of the parking lot. I didn't recognize the number, but I answered anyway. Hello? Vanessa, it's Jenna from work. My coworker. Hey, I just wanted to give you a heads up. Caleb was here. I went cold. At the office? Yeah, about an hour ago. He told the receptionist he was your boyfriend and needed to drop something off for you. What did he drop off? Nothing. Security escorted him out, but he was asking people about you, saying you two were back together. We're not. I know, but he's telling everyone who'll listen. I closed my eyes. Did he say anything else? Just that you'd been going through a rough time and he was helping you through it. A couple people believed him. Of course they did. I'm sorry, I thought you should know. Thanks. I hung up. He went to your work? My mother asked. Yeah, that's harassment. The police won't do anything unless he threatens me. Then we make them do something. She turned the car around and drove straight to the police station. The officer at the front desk looked bored. My mother explained the situation while I stood there, my arms crossed, trying not to cry. Has he threatened you? The officer asked. No, I said. Has he damaged your property? No. Has he made any direct contact after you asked him to stop? He keeps messaging me from different numbers. But no threats? No. The officer sighed. There's not much we can do. You can file a report, but without a direct threat or physical contact, we can't issue a restraining order. He showed up at my wedding and lied about me in front of 200 people, I said. That's not a crime. He's stalking her, my mother said. Showing up at a public event and sending messages isn't stalking under the law. I'm sorry. My mother's face went red. So she has to wait until he hurts her? We can document the incidents. If it escalates, come back and we'll reassess. I pulled my mother toward the door before she could say something that got us both arrested. Outside, she was shaking. That's useless. I know. We need a lawyer. For what? He hasn't done anything illegal. He ruined your wedding. That's not a crime either. She didn't say anything the whole drive home. When we got back, my father was in the living room with his laptop open. He looked up when we walked in. You need to see this, he said. I sat down beside him. He turned the screen toward me. Our engagement photos, the ones we'd posted on Instagram 3 months ago. Someone had shared them to a public forum with the caption, "This is the girl who cheated on her fiancé at her own wedding." Thoughts? The comments were brutal. She looks fake. I feel bad for the guy. Cheaters always have that smile. There were hundreds of them. Who posted this? I asked. The account's anonymous, but it's been shared 40 times in the last 2 hours. I scrolled through the comments. Someone had tagged my workplace. Someone else had tagged Liam's. My phone buzzed. A message from my boss. We need to talk. Can you come in tomorrow morning? I showed my father. They can't fire you for this, he said. They can fire me for bringing drama to the office. That's not your fault. Try explaining that to HR. I went upstairs and lay down on my bed. My phone wouldn't stop buzzing. Messages from people I hadn't talked to in years. Questions. Accusations. Advice I didn't ask for. I turned it off and stared at the ceiling. Someone knocked on my door. My mother. Vanessa, there's someone here to see you. Who? Becca. I dragged myself downstairs. Becca stood in the entryway, her hands shoved in her jacket pockets. Hey, she said. Hey, can we talk? We went out to the back porch. She sat on the steps. I stayed standing. People are saying things, she said. I know. They're saying Caleb has proof that he's going to release it. There is no proof. He made it all up. Then why is he so sure? Because he's delusional. She looked down at her hands. Some of the girls are asking if we should return our bridesmaid dresses. I laughed. It came out bitter. Yeah, return them. Vanessa, it's fine. The wedding's not happening. Return the dresses. I didn't mean it like that. Then how did you mean it? She stood up. I'm trying to be supportive, but people keep asking me questions and I don't know what to say. Say I didn't cheat. Say Caleb's a liar. Say whatever you want. I don't care anymore. You don't mean that. Yes, I do. She stared at me for a long moment, then turned and walked back through the house. I heard the front door close. My phone buzzed in my pocket. I turned it back on without thinking. Another message from a number I didn't recognize. Your friends are starting to see the truth. It's only a matter of time before Liam does too. Stop fighting it. I threw the phone into the grass. My father came outside. What happened? Becca left. Why? Because everyone thinks I'm a liar and she doesn't want to be associated with me. He picked up my phone and handed it back to me. She's scared. People do stupid things when they're scared. I'm scared too, but I'm not abandoning anyone. He sat down on the steps. Your mother and I are going to hire a private investigator. For what? To prove Caleb's lying, to find out how he's doing this. That's expensive. I don't care. I sat down beside him. What if it doesn't work? What if we can't prove anything? Then we keep trying. My phone buzzed again. Another message. I saw your boss called you in. I can help with that if you want. I still have connections. Just say the word. Caleb. I blocked the number. 2 minutes later, another message from a different number. You can't block me forever. We're connected. You know that. I turned my phone off and handed it to my father. Hold on to this. I can't look at it anymore. He took it without a word. Inside, my mother was on the phone with someone, her voice low and urgent. When she saw me, she mouthed, "Lawyer." I nodded and went back upstairs. My laptop was still open on my desk. I pulled up Instagram. Our engagement photos had been shared 60 times now. The comments had doubled. Someone had created a fake account using my name and photos. It was messaging people, saying things I'd never said, apologizing for the wedding, admitting to the affair. I reported the account. Instagram said they'd review it within 48 hours. I closed the laptop and lay back down. My mother came in an hour later. The lawyer says we can send Caleb a cease and desist letter. It won't stop him legally, but it creates a paper trail. Okay. And the private investigator can start tomorrow. Okay. She sat on the edge of the bed. We're going to fix this. I didn't answer. She stayed there for a while, her hand on my shoulder, until my father called her back downstairs. I stared at the ceiling until the sun went down and the glow-in-the-dark stars started to appear. The next morning, I went to my boss's office. She closed the door behind me and gestured to the chair across from her desk. Vanessa, I'm going to be direct. We've had clients asking about you, about the wedding incident. It was a lie. My ex made it up. I understand that's your position, but the optics are difficult. We're a client-facing firm. Perception matters. So you're firing me. I'm asking you to take a leave of absence. Paid. 2 weeks. Let things settle down. I stood up. Fine. Vanessa, I left before she could finish. My mother picked me up outside. I told her what happened. She started to say something, but I held up my hand. I don't want to talk about it. We drove home in silence. When we got back, my father was on the porch with a man I didn't recognize. Older, gray hair, wearing a polo shirt and khakis. This is Dennis, my father said. The private investigator. Dennis shook my hand. I've been looking into Caleb's online activity. He's been busy. We went inside. Dennis opened his laptop on the dining room table. He's created 4 fake accounts using variations of your name. He's been messaging your friends, your coworkers, people from your college, pretending to be you, apologizing for the affair, asking them not to judge him. Can we get them taken down? I've already reported them, but he'll just make new ones. The bigger issue is this. He pulled up a group chat. The name at the top said The Boys. Caleb's name was in the member list. One of his friends sent me this. He said he couldn't stay quiet anymore. I leaned closer. The messages were from 3 days before the wedding. Who sent you this? I asked. Guy named Trevor. He was Caleb's roommate in college. He said Caleb's been obsessed with you since the breakup, talking about you constantly, driving past your apartment. He tried to get him to stop, but Caleb wouldn't listen. Does he have more? Dennis scrolled down. More messages appeared. My hands started shaking. My mother put her arm around me. There's more, Dennis said. He clicked on a voice note. Caleb's voice came through the laptop speakers. I know exactly what I'm doing. I've been planning this for weeks. I'll show up right before the ceremony, make a scene, show everyone the texts. Her fiancé will freak out. The wedding will fall apart. And then when she's at her lowest, I'll be there. I'll be the one who understands. She'll realize she made a mistake and we'll get back together. It's perfect. The voice note ended. I sat down. My legs wouldn't hold me anymore. Trevor said he tried to talk him out of it, Dennis continued. But Caleb wouldn't stop. After the wedding, Caleb kept bragging about it in the group chat, saying it worked exactly like he planned. Trevor finally couldn't take it anymore and reached out to me. Can we use this? My father asked. Absolutely. It's proof of intent, proof of fabrication, and proof of harassment. Will the police do something now? They'll have to. This is evidence of a coordinated campaign to defame and harass. We can also use it for a restraining order. My mother squeezed my shoulder. We need to show Liam. I looked up at her. He won't believe it. He will. This is proof. He didn't believe me. Why would he believe this? Because it's not coming from you. It's coming from Caleb's own friend. Dennis closed his laptop. I can send you copies of everything. Screenshots, voice notes, the full chat history. Do whatever you need to do with it. Send it to me, my father said. After Dennis left, I sat at the table staring at my phone. My father had given it back to me that morning. I hadn't turned it on yet. You should call Liam, my mother said. And say what? That we have proof. That Caleb admitted everything. He won't answer. Try. I turned on my phone. 89 new messages. I ignored all of them and pulled up Liam's contact. The call went straight to voicemail. I tried again. Same thing. He blocked me, I said. My mother took the phone. I'll call him. She walked into the other room. I heard her voice, calm at first, then insistent. She came back 5 minutes later. He answered. I told him we have proof. He said he doesn't want to see it. What? He said it doesn't matter anymore. That too much has happened. I stood up. I'm going over there. Vanessa, I'm going. My father grabbed his keys. I'll drive you. Liam's apartment was 20 minutes away. I'd been there 100 times. I had a key. I didn't use it. I knocked instead. No answer. I knocked again. Liam, I know you're in there. Please open the door. Nothing. I have proof. Caleb admitted everything. He planned the whole thing. He made fake screenshots. He bragged about it to his friends. The door opened. Liam stood there in sweatpants and a t-shirt. He looked like he hadn't slept in days. I don't want to do this, he said. You need to see this. I don't care. Yes, you do. He started to close the door. I put my hand against it. Please, just look at it. If you still don't believe me after, I'll leave. I'll never bother you again. He stared at me for a long moment. Then he stepped back and let me in. My father stayed in the car. Inside, Liam's apartment was a mess. Takeout containers on the coffee table. Clothes on the floor. The curtains were drawn. I pulled out my phone and opened the screenshots Dennis had sent. I handed it to Liam. Read it. He took the phone. His eyes moved across the screen. I watched his face. Confusion first, then disbelief, then something darker. This is real? He asked. Yes. How did you get it? His friend sent it to the private investigator my parents hired. He couldn't keep lying for him anymore. Liam scrolled down. He read the messages. He listened to the voice note. When it finished, he set the phone down on the table. He planned it, Liam said quietly. Yes. He made fake screenshots. Yes. He wanted to ruin the wedding so you'd go back to him. Yes. Liam sat down on the couch. He put his head in his hands. I sat beside him. I didn't cheat on you. I never even talked to him. He made it all up because he couldn't handle that I moved on. Liam didn't say anything for a long time. When he finally looked up, his eyes were red. I should have believed you. You were scared. I was an idiot. You were human. He shook his head. I left you standing there in your wedding dress, in front of everyone. I didn't even give you a chance to explain. You were in shock. That's not an excuse. I reached for his hand. He let me take it. What do we do now? He asked. We figure it out. Everyone thinks you cheated. Then we show them this. We prove Caleb lied. What if they don't believe it? Then we move on without them. He squeezed my hand. I'm sorry. I know. I love you. I know that too. We sat there for a while, not saying anything. Outside, the sun was starting to set. My father was probably still waiting in the car. Liam's phone buzzed on the table. He picked it up and looked at the screen. His jaw tightened. What? I asked. He turned the phone toward me. Another message from an unknown number. She's lying to you again. Don't fall for it. I have more proof. Meet me and I'll show you everything. It's him, Liam said. Block it. I'm done blocking. I'm done hiding. He stood up and grabbed his jacket. Where are you going? I asked. To end this. I grabbed his arm. You're not going alone. Vanessa, I'm coming with you. He looked at me, then nodded. We went downstairs. My father was leaning against the car, scrolling through his phone. He looked up when he saw us both. We need to go to Caleb's place, I said. Absolutely not. Dad, that's exactly what he wants. He's trying to isolate you. I'm not going alone. Liam's coming. You can come too if you want. My father looked at Liam. You sure about this? No, Liam said, but I'm doing it anyway. My father sighed and unlocked the car. I'm driving. Caleb lived in a duplex on the east side of town. I'd been there exactly twice during our relationship, both times regretting it. The place always smelled like stale beer, and the carpet had stains I didn't want to think about. We pulled up outside. Caleb's truck was in the driveway. I'm recording this, Liam said, pulling out his phone. Good, my father said. Stay calm. Don't touch him. Let him talk. We got out. I walked up to the door and knocked. Footsteps inside. The door opened. Caleb stood there in gym shorts and a tank top, a beer in his hand. When he saw me, he smiled. I knew you'd come. Then he saw Liam behind me. The smile faltered. What's he doing here? We need to talk, I said. I texted him, not you. I know, that's why we're both here. Caleb's eyes flicked between us. This is a private conversation. No, it's not, Liam said. He held up his phone. And I'm recording. Caleb's face went red. You can't do that. Actually, I can. Single party consent state. Turn it off. No. Caleb stepped back like he was going to close the door. My father moved forward, blocking it with his foot. We have your messages, I said. The ones you sent to Trevor. The ones where you admitted you made everything up. Caleb froze. I don't know what you're talking about. Yes, you do. You told him you planned the whole thing. That you made fake screenshots. That you wanted to ruin the wedding so I'd come back to you. Trevor's lying. We have the voice notes. Your voice bragging about it. Caleb's hand tightened around the beer bottle. He had no right to send those. So you admit it, Liam said. I didn't admit anything. You just said Trevor had no right to send them. That means you know exactly what we're talking about. Caleb looked at me. This is between us. It has nothing to do with him. It has everything to do with him. You tried to destroy my relationship. I was trying to save you from making a mistake. By lying? By showing him who you really are. I didn't do anything. You made it all up. Caleb laughed. It came out sharp and bitter. You think you're so perfect? You think you can just walk away from me like I'm nothing? We broke up 8 months ago. I moved on. You didn't move on. You replaced me. That's what moving on means. He took a step toward me. My father moved between us. Back up, my father said. Caleb stopped. This is my property. You need to leave. We'll leave when we're done, Liam said. Why did you do it? Do what? Show up at the wedding, make up the affair, send fake screenshots, all of it. Caleb stared at him. Because she's mine. She's not yours. She never was. We were together for 2 years. And then she left. That's how relationships work. They end. Not like that, not without a reason. I had a reason, I said. You couldn't keep a job. You spent every night at bars. You blamed me for everything wrong in your life. I was going through a rough time. For 2 years, I needed support. I gave you support. I gave you everything. And you threw it away. Caleb's jaw tightened. You gave up on me. No, I gave up on waiting for you to change. So you ran to him. He pointed at Liam. Mr. Perfect with his fancy job and his nice apartment. I didn't run to anyone. I met Liam 6 months after we broke up. 6 months, that's nothing. It was enough time to realize I deserved better. Caleb's face twisted. Better than me. Better than someone who made me feel worthless. I never... Yes, you did. Every time you came home drunk. Every time you blamed me for your problems. Every time you made me feel like I wasn't enough. He looked away. I didn't mean it like that. Then how did you mean it? He didn't answer. Liam stepped forward. You knew she was happy. You knew she'd moved on. And you couldn't handle it. So you decided to destroy it. I was trying to show her the truth. What truth? That you're a liar? That you're willing to humiliate her in front of everyone she knows just to make yourself feel better? I love her. No, you don't. You're obsessed with her. There's a difference. Caleb's hand shook. Beer sloshed over the rim of the bottle onto the porch. You don't know anything about us. I know you showed up at our wedding and lied. I know you've been harassing her for weeks. I know you created fake accounts and sent fake screenshots and told everyone who'd listen that she cheated. did. Because she did. No, she didn't. And you know it. Trevor sent us everything. The group chat, the voice notes. You admitting you made it all up. Caleb's face went pale. He wouldn't. He did. Because even he couldn't watch you do this anymore. He's supposed to be my friend. Friends don't help you destroy innocent people. Caleb set the beer bottle down on the porch railing. His hands were shaking now. I just wanted her back. By ruining her life, I didn't think it would go this far. What did you think would happen? That she'd see you at the wedding and suddenly realize she made a mistake? I thought he'd leave. I thought once he saw the texts, he'd walk away and she'd have no one else. So I'd come back to you by default, I said. Caleb looked at me. His eyes were red. I thought you'd remember what we had. We didn't have anything. We had a relationship that made me miserable. It wasn't always bad. The good parts don't erase the bad parts. I could have changed. You had 2 years to change. You didn't. I'm different now. No, you're not. You're worse. The old you was just selfish. This version of you is cruel. He flinched like I'd hit him. I didn't mean to hurt you. Yes, you did. You stood in front of 200 people and called me a cheater. You sent fake screenshots to my fiancé. You messaged my friends and coworkers pretending to be me. You went to my office. You've been stalking me for weeks. Every single thing you did was designed to hurt me. I was desperate. That's not an excuse. I didn't know what else to do. You could have left me alone. I couldn't. Why not? He looked down at his hands. Because watching you move on felt like being erased. The words hung in the air. Nobody said anything for a long moment. So you tried to erase me instead, I said quietly. He didn't answer. Liam lowered his phone. You need help. Professional help. This isn't normal. I know. Knowing isn't enough. You have to actually do something about it. Caleb nodded slowly. He looked smaller now, his shoulders hunched, his face drawn. We're going to the police, my father said. We're filing a report. We're getting a restraining order, and if you contact her again, we're pressing charges. I won't, Caleb said. I'm done. You've said that before. I mean it this time. We'll see. My father turned and walked back to the car. I started to follow, then stopped. Caleb, he looked up. I hope you get help. I really do. But stay away from me. Stay away from Liam. Stay away from everyone I know. If I see you again, if I get one more message, one more fake account, one more anything, I will make sure you face every legal consequence available. Do you understand? He nodded. I turned and walked away. Liam caught up to me halfway to the car. You okay? No, but I will be. We got in. My father started the engine and pulled away from the curb. I looked back once. Caleb was still standing on the porch, staring after us. That was harder than I thought it would be, I said. You did good, Liam said. I wanted to scream at him. I wanted to make him feel as small as he made me feel. You did. You just did it with the truth instead of lies. My father glanced at me in the rearview mirror. I'm proud of you. I leaned back against the seat. My hands were still shaking. Liam reached over and took one. What now? I asked. Now we show everyone what really happened, Liam said. We post the screenshots. We post the voice notes. We make sure everyone who believed him knows the truth. What if they don't care? Some won't, but the people who matter will. My phone buzzed. I pulled it out. A message from Becca. I just saw the screenshots Dennis posted in the wedding group chat. I'm so sorry. I should have believed you from the start. I showed Liam. Dennis works fast, he said. Another message came through, then another. My phone started buzzing non-stop. I opened the group chat. Dennis had posted everything. The messages from Caleb, the voice note, a statement explaining what had happened. The responses came flooding in. Oh my god, I can't believe he did that. Vanessa, I'm so sorry. This is insane. Someone needs to report him. I scrolled through them. Apologies, outrage, shock. A few people defending Caleb at first, then backing down when others pointed out the evidence. My mother called. I answered. Everyone's talking about it, she said. The screenshots are everywhere. People are sharing them on Facebook, Instagram, everywhere. Is that good or bad? Good. People are finally seeing the truth. What about the people who still don't believe it? There will always be people like that, but most people are on your side now. I hung up. More messages kept coming in. Friends I hadn't heard from in weeks. Co-workers, distant relatives. Everyone suddenly had something to say. Liam's phone rang. He answered, listened for a moment, then handed it to me. It's my mom, he said. I took the phone. Hello? Vanessa? Her voice was tight. I owe you an apology. I didn't say anything. I saw the messages, the voice notes. I was wrong about you. I'm sorry. Okay. I know that's not enough. I know I made things worse, but I want you to know I was trying to protect my son. By assuming I was a liar? She was quiet for a moment. Yes, and that was wrong. Yeah, it was. Can we start over? I don't know. Maybe eventually. That's fair. I handed the phone back to Liam. He talked to his mother for another minute, then hung up. She means it, he said. I know, but I'm still angry. You have every right to be. We pulled into my parents' driveway. Inside, my mother was on the phone. She waved when she saw us, then went back to her conversation. My father sat down at the kitchen table. The lawyer called. With the evidence we have, getting a restraining order should be straightforward. We can file tomorrow. Good, I said. And Dennis is compiling everything into a formal report for the police. They'll have to take it seriously now. Liam's phone buzzed. He looked at the screen, then showed it to me. A message from Trevor. I'm sorry I didn't come forward sooner. I thought he'd stop on his own. I should have known better. If you need me to testify or make a statement or anything, let me know. Liam typed back. Thank you. We might take you up on that. My phone buzzed again. Another message in the wedding group chat, this time from the venue coordinator. I heard what happened. I'm so sorry. If you want to reschedule, we'll waive the rebooking fee. I stared at the message. What is it? Liam asked. I showed him. Do you want to? He asked. Want to what? Reschedule. Have the wedding we were supposed to have. I thought about it. The pavilion. The wisteria. The 200 guests. The white chairs and the string quartet and all of it. No, I said. No? I don't want a big wedding anymore. I don't want to stand in front of everyone and prove something. I just want to marry you. He smiled. So let's do it. Do what? Get married, just us. Courthouse, witnesses, done. You'd be okay with that? I'd be more than okay with it. I don't need a big ceremony. I just need you. I looked at my parents. My mother had finished her call and was standing in the doorway. What do you think? I asked. She smiled. I think you should do whatever makes you happy, even if it's not the wedding we planned. Especially if it's not the wedding we planned. That wedding was for everyone else. This one should be for you. I looked back at Liam. Okay, let's do it. When? Tomorrow. He laughed. Tomorrow? Why wait, we already have the license. We already know what we want. Let's just do it. He pulled me close and kissed me. Tomorrow it is. We stood in the courthouse hallway the next morning, just the two of us. No flowers, no music, no guests waiting in white chairs. Liam wore jeans and a button-down. I wore a sundress I'd bought that morning. The clerk called our names. We walked into a small office with beige walls and fluorescent lights. The officiant was a woman in her 50s with reading glasses on a chain. Ready, she asked? Liam squeezed my hand. Ready. The ceremony took 4 minutes. We said our vows. We signed the papers. The officiant stamped the certificate and handed it to us. Congratulations, she said. That was it. We were married. Outside, the sun was shining. Liam pulled me close and kissed me in the parking lot. How does it feel? He asked. Right, I said. It feels right. We drove to the airport that afternoon. We'd booked a last-minute flight to a beach town neither of us had heard of. No itinerary, no plans, just 7 days of sun and quiet and each other. On the plane, Liam held my hand. I'm sorry it didn't happen the way you wanted. It happened exactly the way it needed to. You don't miss the big wedding? I miss the idea of it, but this is better. This is ours. He kissed my forehead. I love you. I love you too. The restraining order came through while we were gone. Caleb didn't contest it. Trevor sent one more message saying Caleb had checked himself into therapy. I didn't respond. When we got back, we moved into a new apartment across town. New space. New start. We didn't talk about the wedding that didn't happen. We talked about the one that did. It wasn't the day I'd imagined, but it was the day that proved we could survive anything.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and drop your favorite part in the comments. See you in the next one.